Leo and Kate lived together for many years in a quiet little town. Leo was a hardworking farmer, spending his days tending to his crops, while Kate was a talented sew mistress, stitching beautiful clothes for the people. Life was simple for the two of them. Though they were not rich, they were content. One sunny evening, Leo had just returned home from work. Kate took Leo's hand and told him the news that changed everything. She was pregnant. Leo's heart filled with joy, and he hugged Kate tightly, tears of happiness in his eyes. From that day on, they began preparing for their baby's arrival. Leo insisted that Kate stop working to rest and take care of herself. Although money was tight, Leo promised to work harder on the farm to ensure they had enough to care for their little family. The couple was filled with hope and excitement, despite their humble circumstances. But one evening, while Kate was walking to the market to buy some groceries, she suddenly felt a sharp pain in her stomach. She froze, realizing something was wrong. Panic set in, and a kind passerby rushed to help her. They quickly took Kate to the town hospital. Word soon reached Leo on the farm. "Your wife is at the hospital. She's about to give birth," someone shouted. Without wasting a second, Leo dropped his tools and ran as fast as he could to the hospital. When he arrived, he saw Kate in labor, her face pale but determined. Leo stayed by her side, holding her paw and whispering, "You'll be fine, my love. Stay strong." After hours of labor, the midwives finally handed them a tiny, mewing kitten, a baby boy. Leo and Kate's hearts swelled with pride and joy as they looked at their son. But their happiness quickly turned into shock when they noticed something unusual. The kitten wasn't looking at them. His eyes didn't move or focus. The midwives confirmed the baby was blind. Leo and Kate were devastated. They had dreamed of a healthy baby, someone who could run through the fields and grow up strong. Kate wept bitterly when they brought the kitten home. "How will we face the people?" she cried. "They'll laugh at us. And we have no money to take him to the big city hospital for treatment." Desperation clouded their minds, and one night, they made a heartbreaking decision. Leo suggested they abandon their son. "It's better this way," he said. Kate hesitated, torn apart by guilt, but eventually agreed. Late that night, they placed their baby in a small basket. Kate couldn't resist putting her favorite chain around his tiny neck. Together, they carried the basket to the river. They watched with tear-filled eyes as the basket floated away. "We'll have another baby," they told themselves. "One who will be healthy." The next morning, a young widowed cat named Nala was washing clothes by the river. Nala had faced her heartbreak. She had lost both her husband and her two kittens to sickness. She now worked as a laundry woman in a town far away, struggling to make ends meet. As she washed clothes, Nala noticed a basket floating down the river. Curious, she waded into the water and pulled it to the shore. Inside, she found a tiny kitten, mewing softly. Her heart ached as she realized the kitten was blind. She thought about her struggles. "How can I take care of him when I can barely feed myself?" she wondered. But as she looked into the kitten's face, something inside her stirred. She decided to keep him and named him Jasper. Nala and Jasper began a new life together. Though the neighbors mocked Nala for raising a blind kitten, she didn't care. Jasper brought joy back into her life. To her, he was a blessing. Whenever Nala went to work, she left food and water for Jasper, telling him, "Don't wander too far, my child." But one day, Jasper, tired of staying alone, decided to take a stroll using a wooden staff to guide him. Confused and unsure of where to go, he wandered. Luckily, Nala was on her way home and found him. Seeing him outside, she felt hurt. "Were you trying to leave me?" she asked. But Jasper shook his head. "I wasn't running away, Mama," he said softly. "I was just tired of being alone." Nala's heart melted, and she decided to start taking him with her to work. To her surprise, bringing Jasper along turned out to be a blessing. Customers began to notice the blind kittens and took pity on them, offering Nala more work and kindness. Over time, the people grew to love Jasper for his gentle nature and cheerful spirit. Meanwhile, back in the quiet town, Leo and Kate were struggling. Years had passed, but they hadn't been able to have another child. The people began mocking them, calling them barren. Regret weighed heavily on their hearts for abandoning their son. Nala and Jasper continued to thrive. One evening, as they shared a simple supper, Nala told Jasper, "I've been saving money for your surgery. We'll go to the city soon, and you'll be able to see." Jasper's face lit up with joy. He hugged Nala tightly. Early the next morning, they boarded a bus to the city. Nala was never ashamed of Jasper. She held his paw proudly as they entered the hospital. The surgery was a success, and for the first time, Jasper could see the world. It was a time of double joy for them. Nala was offered a job as a cleaner at the hospital. The two moved to the city, where Jasper went to school. He studied hard and eventually became an engineer. With his success, their lives transformed. They now lived in comfort, enjoying the fruits of their hard work and love.
Reaching up into the skies, turn the tears to battle cries.